Welcome back, Money Hunters. Police Scarlet in today's episode. We're revealing the 4 most valuable coins that collectors are paying huge prices for right now. These coins may look ordinary, but in rare condition, they can be worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars. Stay locked in, because one of these hidden treasures could be sitting in your pocket or coin jar at this very moment. Let's uncover the value and turn knowledge into real cash potential. Moneybag. The 1950 DeWitt penny is an interesting and collectible issue within the famous series, a group of coins that has fascinated numismatists for more than a century. Featuring the portrait of, the coin represents both American history and the artistry of early 20th century coin design. While the 1950 D cent is not among the rarest wheat pennies in absolute mintage, certain high-grade examples and unusual varieties have become quite valuable. Collectors seek these coins because pristine specimens are surprisingly difficult to find, especially those with strong strike quality and original red luster. As a result, the 1950 DeWitt cent continues to hold strong demand in the numismatic market, particularly among collectors trying complete high-grade sets of the wheat cent series. Historically, the 1950 D cent was struck during the post-World War II economic expansion in the United States. The coin was produced at one of the major facilities responsible for supplying coinage to the western part of the country. During this era, the Lincoln wheat cent design had already been in use for over 4 decades, having been introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. By 1950, the wheat reverse design was nearing the end of its long run, as it would be replaced by the Lincoln Memorial reverse in 1959. The 1950 D issue therefore represents a late series example of the beloved wheat design, linking it to a transitional moment in American coinage history. In terms of design, the 1950 DeWitt penny maintains a classic appearance that collectors associate with the series. The obverse displays a right-facing portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by sculptor Victor David Brenner. Above Lincoln's head appears the motto "In God We Trust," while Liberty is placed to the left and the date 1950 with a small D mint mark sits to the right. The reverse features 2 stylized wheat stalks framing the inscriptions 1 cent and United States of America, along with the motto E pluribus unum. The coin is composed of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc, weighs about 3.11 grams, and measures approximately 19 millimeters in diameter. Although millions of 1950 D cents were produced, approximately 334,950,000 pieces. The coin's rarity depends heavily on condition. Most examples entered circulation and experienced decades of wear, leaving relatively few coins in pristine mint condition. Coins graded mint state MS, with full original red coloration, are especially prized. Over time, copper coins naturally tone to brown, so those that retain their bright red mint color are far scarcer than the original mintage numbers might suggest. For collectors building high-grade sets, locating a flawless example with strong strike details can be quite challenging. Another factor influencing rarity is the presence of minor varieties and striking characteristics. Some 1950 D cents exhibit repunched mint marks, RPMs, where the D mint mark was punched more than once during production. These varieties can show small secondary impressions around the mint mark and are sought after by specialists in die varieties. While such varieties are not extremely rare, they add intrigue to the coin and can significantly increase collector interest. High-grade examples of these varieties can command a premium compared to standard issues. Condition plays the most important role in determining the coin's value. Circulated 1950 DeWitt cents are common and typically worth only a small premium above their copper content. However, coins graded MS 65 red or better can be much more valuable. At these levels, collectors expect nearly flawless surfaces, vibrant luster, and sharp design details. Because copper is easily damaged and discolors quickly, preserving coins in such condition for decades is quite difficult. This scarcity of top-grade coins drives competition among advanced collectors and registry set participants. Market values for the 1950 DeWitt penny vary widely depending on grade. A heavily circulated example might sell for about 10 cents to 50 cents, while a lightly circulated coin could reach $1 to $5. Uncirculated specimens graded MS. 63 red often sell for around $8 to $15, while MS 65 red examples commonly range between $25 and $60. At the very highest grades, such as MS 67 red, auction records have exceeded $1,000, reflecting the intense demand for nearly perfect copper coins. Rare repunched mint-marked varieties in top condition can also achieve several $100s. For collectors interested in acquiring a valuable example of the 1950 D-cent, careful examination is essential. Look for coins with strong luster, minimal contact marks, and original red color rather than dull brown surfaces. Using magnification can help identify mint-marked varieties or subtle dye features that might increase the coin's desirability. Professional grading by services such as the PCGS or the NGC is highly recommended, as certification verifies authenticity and grade, which has significantly improved market value and buyer confidence. Proper storage is also crucial for preserving copper coins like the 1950 D-wheat penny. Exposure to moisture, air pollutants, and fingerprints can quickly damage the surface and reduce the coin's grade. Collectors typically store valuable cents in airtight holders, acid-free flips, or professionally sealed slabs. Avoid cleaning coins, as even gentle cleaning can leave microscopic scratches that reduce value dramatically. Maintaining original surfaces is one of the most important factors in preserving long-term worth. In conclusion, the 1950 D-wheat penny represents an important late entry in the iconic Lincoln Wheat Cent series. While common in circulated grades, high-quality examples with original red luster or notable mint-marked varieties can be surprisingly valuable. Its historical connection to mid-20th century American coinage, combined with its classic wheat ear design and enduring collector demand, ensures its lasting appeal. For both beginner and experienced numismatists, the 1950 D-cent offers a fascinating blend of history, artistry, and potential investment value, making a worthwhile addition to any well-curated coin collection. The 1951 D. Lincoln Wheat Penny, an appealing target for numismatists and investors alike. The historical context of the coin is rooted in the early Cold War era in the United States. The coin was struck in 1951 at one of the major facilities responsible for producing circulating coins for the nation. During this period, the United States economy was expanding and the demand for coinage remained high as commerce increased. The Lincoln Cent series had already become an iconic symbol of American currency by the 1950s. Designed decades earlier by sculptor, the Lincoln Cent was the first U.S. coin that featured a portrait of a real historical figure rather than a symbolic image, marking an important shift in American coin design. In terms of design, the 1951 D-wheat penny carries the classic and instantly recognizable elements that define the series. On the obverse is the right-facing portrait of Abraham Lincoln, accompanied by the inscriptions "Liberty," "In God We Trust," and the year 1951. The small D mint mark below the date indicates its production at the Denver Mint. The reverse displays two stylized wheat ears framing the words 1 cent and United States of America, along with the national motto, E Pluribus Unum. This design symbolized prosperity and agricultural strength in America, reflecting the nation's economic roots. Technically, the coin is composed primarily of 95% copper with small amounts of tin and zinc, which was a standard composition for Lincoln cents of that era. The coin measures about 19 millimeters in diameter and weighs approximately 3.11 grams. Its warm copper color can range from bright red in pristine examples to brown in circulated pieces. Collectors often prize coins that retain their original mint luster, particularly those graded red by professional grading services. The sharpness of Lincoln's portrait and the clarity of the wheat ears are key indicators of a well-struck and well-preserved specimen. While the 1951 D. Lincoln Wheat Penny had a relatively large mintage, over 625 million coins, true rarity emerges in coins that survived in exceptionally high grades. Most examples entered circulation and were heavily used in everyday transactions, leading to worn surfaces and diminished detail. Coins graded mint state MS by organizations such as the OR are far less common. In particular, coins graded MS 66 red or higher become significantly rarer, which dramatically increases their desirability among advanced collectors. Another aspect of rarity involves varieties and minting anomalies. Although the 1951 D cent is not widely known for major errors like some earlier Lincoln cents, small varieties such as repunched mint marks or subtle die variations have been documented. These varieties can increase a coin's appeal to specialized collectors who enjoy hunting for subtle differences in mint production. Even minor variations can command premiums when combined with outstanding preservation and eye appeal. Market value for the 1951 D wheat penny varies widely depending on its condition and color designation. Circulated examples are generally modest in value, often ranging from a few cents to a few dollars. However, uncirculated coins in mint state can be worth significantly more. For example, coins graded around MS 63 red might sell for $10 to $20, while MS 65 red examples may reach $40 to $75. The most exceptional pieces, graded MS 67 red or higher, have been known to sell at auction for several $1,000s due to their extreme scarcity and collector demand. Auction records further demonstrate the coin's potential value. High-grade certified examples have achieved impressive prices in competitive bidding environments, especially when their surfaces are exceptionally clean and their copper color remains vibrant. These top-tier coins are often pursued by registry set collectors, numismatists who attempt to assemble the highest graded sets of a specific series. The competition among such collectors helps push prices upward for the finest known specimens of the 1951 D Lincoln wheat penny. For collectors hoping to acquire this coin, careful evaluation is essential. Look for strong details in Lincoln's hair, clear lettering, and well-defined wheat ears on the reverse. Coins with original mint luster and minimal marks are particularly desirable. Certification by reputable grading companies provides assurance of authenticity and condition, which is especially important when dealing with high-value coins. Proper storage in protective holders and controlled environments will also help preserve the coin's copper surfaces and prevent corrosion or discoloration. In conclusion, the 1951 D Lincoln wheat penny represents a compelling piece of American numismatic history. Its connection to the enduring Lincoln cent series, its classic wheat ear design, and the challenge of locating superbly preserved examples give it lasting appeal among collectors. While most examples remain affordable, the finest known specimens can command impressive prices, demonstrating how condition and rarity transform an ordinary coin into a prized collectible. For both beginner and experienced numismatists, the 1951 D wheat penny remains a rewarding coin to study, collect, and potentially invest in as interest in classic U.S. coinage continues to grow. The 1952 D wheat penny can be surprisingly valuable today. Collectors seek this coin not only for its place in the long-running Lincoln cent series, but also for its potential worth when found in exceptional condition. For many numismatists, discovering a well-preserved 1952 D penny is both a historical connection to mid-20th century America and an opportunity to own a desirable collectible. The coin was produced in 1952, during a period when the United States was experiencing post-World War II economic growth. The Lincoln wheat cent series itself began in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of the birth of, making it the first regular U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure. By 1952, the design had already been in circulation for over 4 decades and had become a familiar part of everyday commerce. The 1952 D cent reflects the strong production output of the Denver Mint during that era, when coins were needed in large quantities for a growing economy. While the coin itself was not created for a special commemoration, it represents the enduring legacy of Lincoln's image in American coinage and remains an important piece in completing wheat cent collections. Visually, the 1952 D wheat penny features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. Designed by Lincoln's profile faces right, accompanied by the inscriptions, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the date 1952. Beneath the date appears a small D mint mark, indicating its origin at the Denver Mint. The reverse design displays 2 stylized wheat ears framing the words 1 cent and United States of America, with the national motto, E Pluribus Unum, above. The coin is composed primarily of 95% copper with small amounts of tin and zinc, weighs approximately 3.11 grams, and measures about 19 millimeters in diameter. In higher grades, the warm reddish copper color and sharply defined wheat stalks give the coin a beautiful and highly collectible appearance. Despite being relatively common compared to earlier wheat cents, the 1952 D penny still holds numismatic interest due to its condition rarity. The Denver Mint produced over 746 million of these coins, meaning most circulated examples are worth only modest amounts today. However, truly pristine coins that survive without significant wear are far more difficult to find. Many coins entered heavy circulation and lost their original luster, making uncirculated specimens considerably scarcer. Collectors often seek examples graded MS65 or higher, where the coin still retains strong details, bright copper color, and minimal marks. The rarity of the 1952 D wheat penny becomes especially noticeable in gem-quality grades. Coins graded MS66 red or better are much less common because maintaining full original mint luster and color for decades is difficult. Additionally, collectors sometimes encounter interesting varieties, such as repunchment marks or minor die errors, which can add to a coin's desirability. While these varieties are not extremely famous, they still attract specialists who study die variations within the wheat cent series. As with many mid-century coins, the challenge lies not in finding the coin itself, but in locating a superior example. In terms of market value, most circulated 1952 D. Lincoln wheat pennies sell for only a few cents to about $0.20 to $1, depending on their condition. However, the value rises significantly for uncirculated coins. A typical MS63 red example might sell for $10 to $20, while an MS65 red gem could reach $35 to $75 in collector market. Exceptional coins graded MS67 red by professional grading services have been known to sell for $800 to over $1,500 at major auctions. These high prices are driven by the intense competition among collectors trying to assemble top-graded sets of wheat cents. Auction records illustrate how dramatically value increases with quality. In well-known numismatic auctions, premium examples certified by organizations such as or often achieve the strongest prices. These grading services authenticate coins, assign condition grades, and encapsulate them in protective holders, providing confidence for buyers and sellers. When a coin is confirmed to be among the finest known examples, collectors are often willing to pay substantial premiums for the prestige of owning a top-graded specimen. For collectors interested in acquiring a 1952 D wheat penny, careful inspection is essential. Look for coins with strong detail in Lincoln's hair and the wheat stalks on the reverse, as well as minimal scratches or discoloration. Original red copper color is highly desirable and significantly increases value. Purchasing coins that have been professionally graded can help ensure authenticity and protect against altered or clean pieces. Reputable coin dealers, coin shows, and online auction platforms are common places where collectors search for high-quality examples. Proper storage is also critical for preserving the coin's value. Copper coins are particularly sensitive to moisture and environmental contaminants, which can cause discoloration or corrosion. Collectors often store valuable wheat cents in airtight holders, archival coin albums, or certified slabs from grading services. Avoiding excessive handling and maintaining stable environmental conditions will help keep the coin's surfaces and luster intact over time. In conclusion, the 1952 D. Lincoln wheat penny stands as a meaningful piece of mid-20th century American coinage that continues to attract collectors for both historical and financial reasons. While many examples are common, the coin becomes significantly more valuable in exceptional condition, especially those displaying full original red color and minimal marks. Its classic design, connection to the long-running Lincoln cent series, and potential for higher-grade rarity make it a desirable addition to many collections. For both beginner and experienced numismatists, the 1952 D penny represents a blend of history, artistry, and investment potential within the enduring world of coin collecting. The 1954 S. Lincoln wheat penny was minted during the post-World War II economic boom in the United States. It was struck at the indicated by the small S mint mark beneath the date on the obverse. This coin forms part of the long-running Lincoln cent series first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of the birth of the 16th President of the United States. The series itself was groundbreaking, as it was the first regular-issue U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure rather than a symbolic representation of liberty. By 1954, the wheat cent design was approaching the end of its run, with the reverse design scheduled to change to the Lincoln Memorial in 1959. The artistic design of the coin was created by a sculptor whose portrait of Abraham Lincoln appears on the obverse. Lincoln is shown in right-facing profile with the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," above, "Liberty" to the left, and the date with mint mark below. The reverse features two stylized wheat stalks framing the inscriptions 1 cent, and United States of America with the motto, E Pluribus Unum, at the top. This wheat ear design symbolized prosperity and agricultural strength in the United States, and became one of the most recognizable coin reverses in American history. From a technical perspective, the 1954 S. Lincoln wheat penny was struck in a bronze alloy, consisting of 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. The coin measures approximately 19 millimeters in diameter and weighs about 3.11 grams. While these specifications were standard for wheat cents of the era, collectors often focus on subtle characteristics, such as strike sharpness, luster, and original red copper coloration. Coins that retain their bright reddish surface, known as red RD in grading terminology, are particularly prized because copper coins tend to darken with age and circulation. The rarity of the 1954 S. wheat penny is largely dependent on condition, rather than mintage alone. More than 96 million coins were produced at the San Francisco Mint that year, which means circulated examples are relatively common. However, high-grade coins with strong luster, minimal contact marks, and full original color are significantly rarer. Gems graded MS66 or higher by professional grading services are especially difficult to find. The scarcity becomes even more pronounced for coins that display exceptional eye appeal or unusually strong strikes. Another factor that adds intrigue for collectors is the possibility of minor mint varieties or striking anomalies. While the 1954 S. penny does not have widely recognized major errors like some earlier wheat cents, specialists sometimes search for subtle double dies, repunch mint marks, or off-center strikes. These unusual variations can dramatically increase the desirability and value of a coin, particularly when authenticated by respected grading companies such as OR. Market value for the 1954 S. Lincoln wheat penny varies widely, depending on condition and color designation. Circulated examples typically sell for only a few cents to a few dollars, making them accessible to beginning collectors. However, uncirculated coins graded MS 65 with full red color can range from around $20 to $60. In higher grades such as MS 66 or MS 67, prices can climb into the hundreds of dollars, with exceptional specimens occasionally exceeding $1,000 at major coin auctions. These values reflect the increasing rarity of coins that have survived decades without losing their original luster. Collectors interested in acquiring this coin should pay close attention to its color classification: red RD, red-brown RB, or brown BN. Fully red examples are the most valuable and desirable because they indicate minimal oxidation. When examining potential purchases, collectors should also check for strong strike details in Lincoln's hair and the wheat stalks on the reverse. Coins that display crisp details and vibrant surfaces tend to command premium prices in the market. Proper storage and certification are essential for maintaining the value of a 1954 S. wheat penny. Coins should be kept in acid-free holders or protective capsules to prevent environmental damage. Serious collectors often seek pieces that have been graded and encapsulated by reputable third-party services, as this guarantees authenticity and provides a standardized assessment of condition. Purchasing coins through established dealers, major auctions, or reputable numismatic organizations can also help avoid counterfeit or altered pieces. In conclusion, the 1954 S. Lincoln wheat penny holds a special place within the wheat cent series as one of its final San Francisco issues before the design transition later in the decade. While common in circulated grades, the coin becomes genuinely valuable and highly collectible when found in pristine mint condition with full red color. Its historical connection to Abraham Lincoln Its classic wheat ear design and the ongoing enthusiasm for wheat cents ensure continued demand among collectors. For both beginners and experienced numismatists, the 1954 S penny offers an accessible yet rewarding opportunity to own a small but the 1955 D wheat penny begins in 1955, a time when the United States was experiencing strong economic growth during the post-World War II era. The coin was struck at one of the primary minting facilities responsible for producing circulating coinage for the western United States. By this time, the Lincoln cent had already been in circulation for nearly half a century, first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of. The wheat cent design, created by sculptor, had become one of the most recognizable coin designs in American history. The 1955 D issue represents one of the later entries in the wheat cent series, coming only a few years before the reverse design was replaced by the in 1959. From a design perspective, the 1955 D wheat penny features the classic artistic elements that made the series iconic. The obverse displays a right-facing portrait of Abraham Lincoln, accompanied by the inscriptions Liberty, In God We Trust, and the date 1955. Just below the date appears a small D mint mark, identifying the Denver Mint as the place of production. The reverse shows two stylized wheat ears framing the inscriptions 1 cent and United States of America, along with the Latin motto, E pluribus unum. The coin is composed of 95% copper with small amount of tin and zinc, giving it the rich reddish color prized by collectors. It measures approximately 19 millimeters in diameter and weighs about 3.11 grams, consistent with other wheat cents of the period. What makes the 1955 D wheat penny particularly fascinating is its connection to one of the most famous mint errors in U.S. coinage history, the 1955 double die cent. While the double die variety was produced at the Philadelphia Mint and lacks a mint mark, its fame has increased overall interest in all 1955 Lincoln cents, including the Denver issue. The 1955 D coin itself does not feature the dramatic doubling seen on the Philadelphia error, but collectors still examine these coins carefully for minor die varieties, repunched mint marks, or other subtle anomalies. High-grade examples with original mint luster can appear especially striking, with brilliant red surfaces that highlight the sharp detail of Brenner's design. In terms of rarity, the 1955 D wheat penny had a relatively large mintage of more than 563 million coins. At first glance, this might suggest that the coin is common. However, the majority of these pieces circulated heavily in everyday commerce. As a result, examples in average circulated condition are easy to find, but coins that remain in pristine mint state condition, especially those graded MS-66 or higher, are significantly scarcer. Collectors place great emphasis on color designation, such as red, red-brown, or brown, with fully red coin commanding the highest premiums due to their superior preservation. Condition plays a decisive role in determining the coin's value and rarity. Circulated 1955 D pennies with moderate or may only be with a small premium above face value, but well-preserved uncirculated coins can be far more valuable. In particular, coins with strong strike quality, minimal contact marks, and vibrant original color attract serious collectors and investors. Professional grading by services such as and has helped establish reliable standards for evaluating these coins, giving buyers confidence in the authenticity and condition of high-value examples. The market value of the 1955 D wheat penny varies widely depending on its grade and color designation. Circulated examples typically sell for about 10 cents to $1, while uncirculated pieces in lower mint state grades may range from $5 to $20. However, coins graded MS-65 or higher with full red color can reach $50 to $150 or more. Exceptional specimens graded MS-67 red have sold for several $1,000s at major auctions, demonstrating how dramatically value increases with quality. Such high-grade coins are relatively rare because most pieces were not carefully preserved when they were originally released into circulation. Several factors drive the value of the 1955 D wheat penny in today's numismatic market. First is its place within the historically significant wheat cent series, which remains one of the most widely collected coin series in the United States. Second is the strong demand for mid-1950s Lincoln cents in top condition, particularly among collectors building complete high-grade sets. Third is the continued fascination with the year 1955 itself, largely due to the famous double-die variety. Together, these factors ensure steady interest and consistent market activity for the Denver Minute issue. For collectors hoping to acquire a valuable example of the 1955 D-Wheat penny, careful inspection and research are essential. High-quality coins should display strong detail in Lincoln's hair and the wheat stalks on the reverse, along with clean surfaces and attractive luster. Purchasing coins that have been certified by reputable grading services can greatly reduce the risk of overpaying or buying altered pieces. Proper storage is also critical. Coins should be kept in archival holders or capsules to protect them from moisture, air exposure, and physical damage. Many collectors obtain their coins through trusted dealers, coin shows, online auctions, or numismatic communities. In conclusion, the 1955 D. Lincoln Wheat penny occupies an intriguing place in American numismatic history. While not as rare as some famous era coins, it remains a valuable and historically meaningful piece, particularly in high-grade condition. Its connection to the final years of the wheat cent series, combined with its classic design and enduring collector demand, ensures its continued popularity. For both new and experienced collectors, the 1955 D penny offers a rewarding opportunity to own a tangible piece amid 20th century American coinage. With careful selection and proper preservation, exceptional examples may continue to appreciate in value while serving as cherished additions to numismatic collections.